One thing I never really understand is trash talk. Sports do it, competitions do it, bullies do it. Like, this is absolutely stupid. Oh look, we got a mama's boy over here. What are you whining about? You can't handle a little bit of heat? There's no way people really fall for this.
The you say? I'm gonna mess you up.
Wait, that's what they want. Okay, let's try that again. If you really want to get at these people, best to just give them a smile and respond back with the disarming remark. You know, it is a bit hot out. Thanks for being concerned for our well-being. They won't know how to respond to that. Damn, I didn't expect them to do that. Suddenly I'm feeling really philosophical. I need a minute to think about this. I know I was a strange kid growing up, but I was never really bullied. I think it was always because I was so strange. I always kind of wondered if me being strange shielded me from ridicule. Usually you would think it would have the opposite effect. Being the strange kid would be easy pickings for people to lord their superiority over. But for some reason I was just weird enough that instead of ridicule, I was respected. There are a few instances I remember that I think helped cement me as being the cool weird person. First was in my classroom. There's this big cowboyish kid named Jose. Yes, I'm primarily Hispanic, so Jose is his name. We were all entering the classroom for the morning, and he came in acting like this big macho man. But then he saw a small, long, dark thing on the ground and jumped up, knocking everything over. Gas eso, way! I got closer to it and I saw it was a millipede. Dude jumped 10 feet for a little harmless arthropod. Honestly, he probably thought it was a centipede. Those things do come out around here sometimes and they hurt if they bite you. But millipedes aren't dangerous, they're just poisonous. So I grabbed it and kinda showed them that there's nothing to be afraid of. And he replies, "Este guy está loco, man." Basically saying I'm a crazy person. We took the millipede out and he just kind of stared at me for being able to just grab the thing. I don't know, sometimes knowing how things work helps out. Another story I had is kind of a dumb one. This one's not really about me being a cool strange person, but I thought it was a funny response. One time I went camping with some students and our teacher. We had set up all of the equipment and were just sitting around, talking. Well, the other students were. I was just listening and setting up the table with forks and knives. They were talking about the psychology of murderers and such. I'm not sure how the heck they got to that, but then they started talking about psychopathy. Around that point, I ended up stepping in. You know, not all psychopaths are actually murderers, right? Psychopathy is just a condition where a person cannot feel empathy. They're very poor in understanding emotions and controlling them. There was a bit of silence, and finally a person responded. Yeah, says the person playing with a knife. You know, I look at these situations and certainly I can see some avenues of ridicule where my responsive could have gotten me hurt. Jose could have beaten me up. During the camping trip, they could have completely dismissed me since I was not at all in their conversation. I was lucky to have these interactions like these, but it may not go that way for you. And if it doesn't, an important thing to remember is to try and respond more with emotion. Emotion tends to be more binding in society than logic. There was this time I was bullied. But it was mostly verbal. There was these two kids on the bus after school that would always end every comment with them talking about my mother. It was absolutely idiotic, and it would go something like this. Oh wow, you got a really good grade on that test. Just like Tara's mom. Like, where the hell is the insult here? Despite it not really being an insult, I was always put as the butt of the joke. And it kinda just got annoying. Towards the end of the school year, I ended up calling them out on it, and I became the thing they feared most. An angry nerd. They got their just desserts and I had some closure. Ultimately, the best way to try and cure bullying is to understand why it's happening. Usually there is some sort of underlying aspect that is causing a person to start bullying. Whether they are wanting to improve their social status, having a low self-esteem and wanting to feel better about themselves, feeling angry, frustrated, or jealous, they are struggling socially, or they themselves are victims of bullying. Because this person is also human. They are strange in their own ways. And every person is strange, despite what they may think. So after defending yourself, why not try making a friend?